A brilliant victory against a worthy opponent. This game can definitely compete as one of our best games in the qualifying campaign so far. Lionel Scaloni is forging his way step by step to being a world-class manager. Can Argentina be the country to bring the World Cup back to South America next year? I doubt anyone can say no for sure. Hello everyone, Mr. Yi here, and today we're gonna take a look at Argentina's 3-0 win over Uruguay in the Estadio Monumental Stadium. Scaloni made 3 changes to our previous lineup. The disappointing Joaquin Correa is replaced by Lautaro Martinez. Nicolas Tagliafico replaces Marcos Acuna, who is unavailable due to a muscle injury. The biggest change is the replacement of Angel Di Maria with Nicolas Gonzalez. The Fiorentina man's tactical value far exceeds his fame. His job is to alter between a winger, inside forward, and a left midfielder. If he can improve on his final pass and ball control, he would definitely be a more lethal player combined with his extensive field coverage. Usually, he would get taken off around the hour mark by Di Maria to maintain our pressure onto our opponents. These kinds of players are essential to any cup-winning teams. They may not be as well known as the superstars, but their importance should never be undermined. Before our 0-0 draw against Paraguay, Argentina had already found a net in 20 consecutive games. As a result, the Uruguay manager Oscar Tabarez also fashioned a 5-4-1 formation. Their biggest absence on the day was center-back Jose Jimenez. Luis Suarez is once again preferred over Edison Cavani. But unlike Paraguay, Uruguay were far less physical and aggressive in their challenges. In fact, the referee didn't even need to issue a single booking. Only 15 fouls were committed throughout the game. This greatly increased the fluidity of the game, which benefited Argentina due to their overall advantage. Argentina's dominance throughout the game was obvious. From this picture, we can see Argentina's attacks were focused through the center and the left flank. On paper, Lo Celso was deployed on the right, but in reality, Lo Celso spent most of his time on the left to link up with Messi. The 25-year-old midfielder played a spectacular game. He was unluckily denied by the post in the first half, but it didn't stop him from being directly involved in 2 of our goals. And when DePaul and Paredes were taken off, he began to function as a pivot with Palacios. Lo Celso's outstanding vision and dribbling can ensure Argentina's creativity isn't completely reliant on Messi. If he can improve on his finishing, he could definitely develop into a world-class midfielder. Another player that is worth shouting out to is Rodrigo de Paul. He is exactly the type of midfielder any manager would love today. He's equally proficient on both ends of the pitch and never seems to run out of steam. With Lo Celso and Gonzalez being occupied on the left, de Paul focused on supporting Messi from the right. It really surprised me how de Paul only just joined the big club this summer. He was already an important piece of the puzzle since the 2019 Copa America. Yet somehow, he was only approached seriously by Atletico Madrid this summer. Being 27 years of age, he is currently in the prime of his career, and there is no doubt he will be an important part of our squad in the World Cup next year. Uruguay relied primarily on counterattacks and build-up from the flanks, with Suarez being the final finisher. Although Suarez is no longer in his prime, his finishing and positional awareness should not be underestimated. He was provided with 3 excellent opportunities before we broke the deadlock. But thankfully, Emiliano Martinez denied him admirably, which completely changed the course of the game. Argentina's goal came in a confusing yet interesting manner. Messi chips a pass into the Uruguay box looking for Gonzalez, but no one seemed to get any contact on the ball, and it just bounced into the Uruguay net on its own. We can say it's luck being on our side, but the miscommunication between Muslera and Nandes should also be taken into account. If anyone thinks Messi's goal was lucky, then DePaul's goal in the 44th minute is a true definition of luck. Messi has his pass to Martinez interfered by Vecino. The ball still falls for the Inter Milan striker who miskicks it. The attempt hits Godin before falling kindly for DePaul, who isn't going to miss just to give the chance. And from that moment on, the game is totally under Argentina's control. Perhaps being demotivated from being 2 goals down and the brilliance of Emiliano Martinez, Uruguay was unable to threaten our goal at all in the second half. Lautaro got our 3rd goal of the game thanks to our 2 midfield stars of the day, de Paul and Lo Celso. But take a look here at how many players that were trying to contain Messi before the goal. This is what makes Argentina menacing. Messi is no longer the only person who can hurt you. Even if you can somehow contain him, the likes of DePaul, Lo Celso, and Martinez can still make you pay the ultimate price. Lautaro's goal destroyed the final bits of Uruguay's fighting spirit. They began to concede large amounts of space to us on several occasions, but thanks to Muslera, they escaped from conceding a fourth goal. This is a great victory for Scaloni's men against one of the top teams in South America. If we look at the current standings, Uruguay, Colombia, and Ecuador are the three toughest teams in South America behind us and Brazil. And thanks to Venezuela's surprising victory over Ecuador, we're sitting comfortably in second place with a 6-point lead. However, a slight concern I want to point out is the 3 chances we conceded before Messi's goal. Had Suarez been able to capitalize on one of these opportunities, there's a good chance we might be looking at a different scoreline. But overall, Scaloni and his team deserves a big round of applause. We successfully kept Uruguay at bay with our pressing and created several opportunities. Long story short, we played like a team. Not a Messi-dependent team without a clear tactical plan like it was back in 2018. Our next opponent will be Peru, whom we defeated 2-0 away in our previous encounter. This victory should allow Scaloni to initiate some rotations to further examine some of our players, such as Lucas Alario, Julian Alvarez, and Facundo Medina. Considering our next 2 games after Peru will be Uruguay away and Brazil at home, it is unlikely these players will be given much game time. Based on how well we're playing, we should see a qualification in about 4 games or so. Vamos, Argentina! So please leave your thoughts and suggestions in the comment section down below. I'll do my best to respond and improve myself. Thank you for watching.
I need you to listen.